Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with tonight's market video update for July the 29th. And we had what could have been a pretty wild day today. We had a Fed meeting today, turned out to be a non-event. We never know going into Fed events how it's going to be. They could have, changed rates, or more than that, they could have said something with the language. But basically, they're going to keep interest rates at, zero until things look better into, eternity, I guess. But we'll see how that works. As things develop over time with coronavirus and that whole outcome there, that's when they probably will start making some changes. But as it is, you see this little bitty blip right there. That was the Fed announcement at 1 o'clock, and we got really no reaction at all. And then we got some follow through here, and then we just chopped higher right into the close, all day. So it ended up turning out to be a non-event. The bigger event probably was the FANG stocks, the Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Google, Netflix, etc. I guess maybe not Netflix so much, but the grilling in Congress, or by Congress, the testimony of the tech giants, by Congress. And I am still very skeptical that that's anything much to do other than just a little grandstanding and maybe help some people get reelected or something. I'd be pretty surprised if anything really material comes out of that. I may be wrong. I don't know. I really don't know. But so far, there's been a lot of talk and nothing has been done. So, I'm not expecting much to be done here either. So we'll see. But the kind of the biggest event of the entire week is going to be tomorrow. Let's go back here. This is the S&P. Let's go to a 5-day chart. So tomorrow, after the close, we have about 30% of the S&P 500 reporting, which will be Facebook, Amazon, Apple, and Google all reporting tomorrow after the close at the same time. It's going to be wild. I don't remember that ever happening. They usually spread out on different days. So we could be in for a big move on Friday. And I have no idea what to expect, because earnings plays are always, they're always a coin toss, right? We just don't know because it's not so much... it is the earnings, the actual numbers, but it's more the guidance going forward. And with the COVID-19 debacle, guidance may be a lot worse. We saw that today with Boeing. And so we just don't know what to expect. So I'm taking out everything with a grain of salt. I expect that, that the numbers will be good and probably, stronger than ever for Google, for Amazon, probably Facebook, and probably Apple. Not quite sure about Google, but I suspect they're not going to be bad. Now, even if they're all great numbers, we still don't know how the market's going to react to those numbers, if they're a little less than expected, or if they have to have some really big numbers. And again, it goes back to the guidance. So Friday will be when all the big fireworks happens. Tomorrow will be, when all the after the close will be when the earnings come out, and then Friday we'll get the reaction. So we could be much higher or sell off, and if we sell off, it will primarily be in the NASDAQ. All of these are NASDAQ stocks, so if you look here, this is the NASDAQ, and we have done a fantastic climb straight up this ladder, coming back to this is a 20-day moving average here, comes back right down into it, right down into it, right down into it, right down into it. We broke through a little bit, and we're hovering right here, right now, waiting. So we break higher and continue this trend on up to new all-time highs, or is this the crack in the ice and we start coming back down this way? I don't know. I'm going to bet on higher just because this is the way we've been going for months and months and months, and I suspect it's going to continue. But we never know. So be careful out there. I'll show you guys a quick trade I put together in the room today as a hedge, a small hedge. This is in the Qs, QQQ. Obviously, we could do it in the NDX, but it'd be a lot bigger and more expensive. This is a broken wing fly for Friday. The strikes are 253, 255, 258. And here we risk about 450 bucks, and the expected move actually puts us down to about 255. So if we're sitting here on Friday, you can make about $2,500 on $450 of risk, and that's if all the planets line up and everything works exactly like mathematically it should, because the math says if we go down, that's where we might end up, right? If we overshoot it on the downside, you still make 550 bucks down here, make $550 profit on $450 of risk. And where this does not work is if they all crush it and we zoom back up here and we zoom this way and you lose 450 bucks. So there is no coming back from this. If it goes up, it's gone, right? This debit is gone. That's the max you can lose on this trade. But if you want to do this, of course, size accordingly. If you want to lose, if you want to risk less, do fewer contracts, or if you want it more, you can do more contracts, or you could play around with these strikes and widen them out and so forth. But I like to set up here for a small hedge on the NASDAQ in the event that some of these numbers aren't that great, and maybe we pull back a little bit. But again, we'll see. I'm not in this trade, full disclosure. I'm long Amazon. I'm bullish Amazon. So I will evaluate this and enter this order if I'm going to do it, probably about lunchtime tomorrow. I'm expecting, or I suspect, we might rally tomorrow and continue from today's close and continue to move on up ahead of all the earnings. If that's the case, I probably add this on. If we rally much, for example, if we really move up tomorrow and really move up here, you can take this exact same trade and pick it up and move it up higher, right? Like 259, 256, 254. Just move it up 1 point, move it up 2 points, move it up 3 points, to kind of trail this up if we go higher. Now, again, I'm not in this trade. This is just a concept. If you're bearish or you want to hedge a little bit of risk. If you're really long the NASDAQ stocks and you want to hedge a little risk just in case on the downside, this could be something that could work. So anyway, think about that, play around with that, see what the strikes look like tomorrow, see what the pricing looks like tomorrow. You got plenty of time to do it tomorrow. Just have it, I would have it put on before about an hour, an hour or two before the close. And that's an idea you can work on tomorrow. Other than that, I'm very, very light. I am going to be looking to add new trades on Friday and new trades on next week, but I'm staying light to get past this big round of earnings we have, and in case we have a big move one way or the other. And it could very well be up, I don't know. So that is what I've got for you today. Hope this helps. Again, watch everything tomorrow after the close. That'll be when the fireworks go off, and then Friday is going to be all the excitement. And if you want to do this or a version of this or move these up or down or something, you have plenty of time tomorrow to do it. So let me wind it up here. Hope this makes sense. Hope it helps. And I will see you guys at the next update. Thanks a lot.